Today I'm going to be taking a look at a mini PC that checks a lot of boxes when it comes to trying to find that sweet spot between price and performance. What I have in front of me today is the HO4 made by Peladn. It's got a convenient compact design and some fairly decent specs to match. But how well does the HO4 actually perform? Let's take a closer look. The packaging is pretty simplistic. You have the mini PC itself, an HDMI cable, the unit's power brick, and a basic set of instructions. In terms of input and output, over on the front of the PC you have two USB 3 ports, one high-speed USB 4 port, a 3.5mm headphone jack, the unit's power button, and a clear CMOS button. Over on the back of the PC we have all of this ventilation right here. We also have two USB 2.0 ports, two high-speed 2.5G Ethernet ports, HDMI output that's capable of outputting at 4K and does support triple screen display. We have the port for the 19-volt power supply and a DisplayPort interface. Under the hood, the HO4 is rocking a 12th gen Core i5-12450H processor. That's 8 cores with 12 threads, with a maximum turbo boost up to 4.4 GHz. This is a mobile chipset that we more frequently see used in laptops, but it actually works pretty well with what they're trying to accomplish here. It comes with 16 GB of DDR4 RAM and is upgradable up to 32 gigs. It also comes with a 512 GB M.2 drive, and you can actually screw off the bottom and there's an additional slot to add another M.2 drive. You can put up to 2 TB in here. It's got integrated UHD graphics, which isn't the best, but still very functional. It's got Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2. The entire thing comes in this brushed aluminum casing that stays relatively cool to the touch. And it's actually got some weight to it. This is a pretty beefy little guy. Powering it up, you have this embedded LED strip going across the entire top portion of the mini PC. There's a button over on the side that actually controls these LEDs, and you could select a variety of different colors and effects, or completely turn it off if it's not your thing. Running some benchmarks, it rated around where I thought it would. Far from the most powerful machine, but definitely more than enough to get some solid workloads done and handle some light gaming. Being used as a workstation, this thing kicks all kinds of ass. From editing to research and even finance, the HO4 outperforms most laptops that I own. But because this is a gaming channel and I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me ramble about technical analysis, let's see how well this thing can actually game. Based on its specs and its strong Wi-Fi capabilities, this thing is an absolute beast when it comes to streaming. Whether it's Steam, Game Pass, or Remote Play, you're gonna have a good experience with this machine. All of this footage right here was me using it with PS5 Remote Play, and it held really strong the entire time. Granted, I have decent internet and experiences may vary depending on your internet connection, but the fact that this thing has Wi-Fi 6 definitely helps maintain a strong signal. And latency was at a bare minimum. This thing was outstanding, being used as a remote play device. When it came to running games natively, anything low spec is going to work perfectly fine. You can push it with some more graphically demanding games at low settings and get some pretty solid performance. But some of the more high-end AAA titles are just not going to run on this machine. Switching over to emulation, PS3 was pretty hit or miss. You kind of just gotta go through the motions and tinker around a bit and try to figure out what works. I was actually able to get some pretty solid performance from some games, while others just ran really choppy or just wouldn't run at all. While this machine can definitely dabble in some PS3, it is not the best mini PC for PlayStation 3 emulation. Nintendo Switch emulation seemed to run pretty consistent. Frame rates seemed to stay in the 50s, occasionally dipping into the mid and upper 40s. Some games just will not run, but I think that's more of an emulation issue and not so much a hardware issue with this machine. Wii emulation was damn near flawless, and every game I tried seemed to run pretty good. It was the exact same thing with GameCube. Everything I threw at it, it handled with relative ease. I was even actually able to use some upscalers and improve the graphical quality of some of the games. And I think this goes without saying, but as you would imagine, PS2 emulation was perfectly fine on this machine. Every game I played ran really good, and similar to GameCube, I was actually able to use some of the upscalers to improve the appearance of some of these titles. So the Peladn HO4. Guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, I really feel like this one manages to hit that sweet spot between price and performance. If you're looking for a mini PC that is going to potentially replace your gaming PC, you're really not going to find that at this price point. You're going to have to go a little more expensive. But if you're in the market for an emulation mini PC that can still give some solid performance while light gaming, this one might be worth taking a look at. Also, if you're shopping around for a mini PC to use as a workstation that can rival some desktops out there, look no further, this is the one for you. What I plan on doing with mine is loading it to the brim with emulators and using it as a remote play / Game Pass device in one of the upstairs bedrooms, a kind of hybrid emulation / streaming box. I think this is a great little machine for that, and feel free to steal my idea. If you guys are interested in the Peladn HO4, I'll put links in the description below. Until next time, this is Ness, signing out.